Hello, hello. Welcome to Quoth the Raven, Lewis Bright Raven Season 4 preview show. Our sponsor this week is Scratch and Spin Music, Comics, and Movies, who are having a sponsored free showing, exclusive screening of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings from Marvel Studios this Friday night, September 3rd, 8 o'clock p.m. at AMC Dutch Square Theater, located in Columbia, South Carolina. There is limited seating. There's going to be trivia contests with prizes. You can get the free tickets only available at Scratch and Spin. Contact them at 803-794-8888 for any remaining tickets available. Hello, everyone. Once again, to another edition of Quote the Raven, Lewis Bright Raven. This is the Season 4 preview. Season 4 starts next Monday, September 6th. We do not have an exact start time because we're changing up our system. We're not going to have our Monday comics reviews anymore. The comics reviews day will be Thursday. There's other changes coming about. So let's go ahead and talk about some of those things. And that includes our questions that people have been asking me. If I can get the screen to open, there we go. People have been asking me, am I going to do more new graphics? Am I going to use different, change things up a little bit, basically. And as you can see, I have changed the Raven piece on the questions and answers for new art. This is why part of the reason I did that was because people thought I was just using someone else's art for the Raven for that design, so I went and did a new one. And we've also kind of flipped it around so you get back and forth here. What is the mission statement for the channel in Season 4? Has anything really changed? Well, yes. In various cultures, the Raven represents rebirth, recovery, renewal, and recycling, reflection, and healing. The Raven signifies moving through transition smoothly by casting light into the darkness. This is the show's mission statement, to cast the light and guide you through the transitions of the comics and pop culture community as we go through the growing pains of people biting each other's heads off over which clique group they're in, or what they don't like about Marvel or DC, or people jumping over to crowdfunding, or jumping over to Substack, or Comixology, or Webtoons, or whatever platform they're working on. And the show is also to educate the viewers about the wonders not only of comics, but of popular culture as a whole, and explore all that we can find, and introduce you to the larger universe that beckons, and to demonstrate that we do not have to remain stagnant in our fandom. We can grow and change and discover new paths to enjoy and share with others. So that is the mission statement moving forward. Our next question. Are you actually going to start producing work like comics and clothing apparel? As a matter of fact, yes, I am. That's one of the changes of the Season 4. You're going to start seeing me doing a lot more comics pages and other artwork, and hopefully the clothing apparel line will be up and running by the end of the month. What sort of changes are coming to the channel? Well, there's a lot of changes coming to the channel. As I said, the format that I had with Monday being comics reviews is not there anymore. Wednesday, I'm probably not going to do what did you get this week. I'm just going to go straight up on Thursdays and talk about the comics that I got that week is in reviews. And then when I do other reviews, I'm going to do it where I do, like, if I have a graphic novel, I'll do one graphic novel at a time and make them much shorter, more um, time-wise more palatable to viewers, because a lot of viewers seem to think I spend too much time doing reviews and taking too much time. So I'm going to try and do a little bit shorter format on some of the reviews. We're going to also have a lot more guests on the show and a lot more live draw on the show than we've had in the past. We'll also be doing a lot more film and television discussion and book discussion, having creator guests such as authors and I don't know about actors or anything like that just yet. It's a little bit above my pay grade, shall we say. But we'll see what we can do about that too. Which, again, brings us back to the question: am I going to continue to do reviews because I seem to be less enthused about doing them? It's not that I'm less enthused about doing them. It's that people don't seem to be enthused about watching the review shows. I'd rather try and get people on the show and introduce you to the creators behind the projects, and maybe that'll instill more interest in not only viewing the channel but in the products that themselves, so that hopefully we can get some fan base built up in buying product again. Because I don't want to be one of these people who builds their brand by tearing other people down. Basically, I don't want to do that. So, and that's what I see seems to work. The only thing I see it seems to work, and around the scene, and I don't like that. So, we'll change. Hopefully, we'll offer a better alternative than that. Is season 4 going to have a video intro and outro segment? It's supposed to, but it's not ready yet, and I don't know if it'll be ready by the end of the weekend or not. But eventually, season 4 will have that, yes. And it's a matter of figuring out. There's 2 different videos that they're doing, and we can't decide which one we want to do that's more inclusive, I guess you could say. One is very kind of, I don't want to call it confrontational, but there's a story behind it where the Raven kind of attacks some fans who are complaining, and so it seems like a little bit too aggressive, and some people have given me some feedback on it that they don't want to see that on as the opener. So that's why we're not sure if we're going to have the video ready or not, because if we're not doing that one, we need to have an alternative one ready, and if we don't, then I'll go ahead and wait until I have that one ready. The outro is getting worked on, but it should be ready. I don't know if it'll be a video, but it'll be different than what we've had in the past. Are we going to see more of your art and characters on the show? Yes, you are going to see a lot more of my artwork and characters on the show. You're going to see me as the Raven. You're going to see more Spacey the Alien. You're going to see some Larry Livewire in the graphics on the show, depending on what version we're doing, on what topic we're talking about. And you're going to see a lot more, again, of live draws as well. Hopefully, we're going to get some guests on the show to do some live draws. I'm trying to talk some people to come on the show and have fun with it. So, some of the local contingent here in the Columbia area, we got a lot of talent in this area, and I want people to see it and experience the art community we have here in Columbia, as well as around the world. So hopefully we'll get that taken care of. Are we going to see more interviews with other creators that don't have anything to do with marketing their crowdfunding campaigns? I'm tired of that, and I just want a conversation, not an advertisement. I guess I can understand that sentiment. couple of people have complained about that because it's like anytime I have creators in, it's usually in promoting their Kickstarter or their Indiegogo. Mm-hmm. And the answer is yes. I'm gonna bring in other creators. I don't want to name names just yet because nothing's officially confirmed. But the goal is to start bringing in some name talent that you guys will know who they are and do whether we call them retrospective interviews or just interviews of what's going on in their careers at the current time or whatever. But we're going to have that a lot more, hopefully. Some of the people that have been scheduled on the show in past seasons haven't appeared. That's part of why we're not having the Thursday night talk that we used to have, because a lot of the people I wanted to have on the show as guests just couldn't make Thursday nights work. So we're going to have a little more open mic time on that. It could be any day of the week or any evening of the week that I have a live show, or we might even put interviews that are just recorded interviews and post them on the show in season 4. So if you have questions, you can email me at quotheravenlbr72@gmail.com, subject QTR Q&A. So that's a little bit of what you're going to see, a little bit of the changes that we're moving forward into next week in the beginning of season 4. Now, there are other things as well going on. We got a lot of different logo designs and things going on, and I'll show you a little bit of that. We're not sure if this is something that people are going to like or not. But this is possibly one of the intro designs. There's going to be a little more coloration of the bird. This was done in grayscale. I'm going to add some blue tone texture into it. But this might be the new symbol for season 4 for that's one of the possible ones. We have to get some feedback from fans, so hopefully people will get back to me and watch this and let me know what you think, so I know what I'm doing here for the end of the weekend. Here's the other one. This is the more it's a little bit different than what you guys have seen. We went back to the traditional Beckett Old English text as opposed to the Broadway text, and we went with black and yellow with the not old, but the current color headshot of the Raven. Now we're thinking about doing things with different genre. This is the Fantasy Night. It's only on one side. On the left-hand side, you will actually see a character, a cartoonish character, probably the Raven in medieval garb. And Fantasy Night could be books, television, or movies. Same thing with Horror Night. We'll have a different character in there, maybe a zombified Raven or something else in there that'll make it a little bit more spooky. And then we have Science Fiction Night. Now, Science Fiction Night is actually going to feature Spacey and Larry Livewire on the graphic. So you'll see them on the right-hand side instead. And again, these genre nights are going to basically be could be books, it could be film, it could be television that I'm reviewing and talking about. And hopefully we'll have guest authors and guest co-hosts on those nights. Now this is the symbol for what you guys normally see in the top right corner. Now there's going to be a change in things. You guys might remember that I usually run the COPPA notice A symbol that will inspire fear in the hearts of criminals. Okay, Mark. I presume you mean the this one. Is this what you're referring to? With my nerdy glasses on there, I don't think I'm going to be instilling fear in anybody. But that's another thing. We're not sure. Okay. Do you like this symbol though? I mean, does this look as good or better than the traditional headshot that I've got? And again, I'll like that one. Okay, you like that one too. Okay. Well, then I think what we'll probably end up doing, um, depending on what people say, I mean, you know, it's it's an interesting situation there. But let me go ahead and get back to the triangle one. You see the triangle in the top right corner of the screen. Um, the triangle one that you see. Here we go. That's going to be changing because, as I was saying, I usually have that COPPA notice to let know it's TV 16. I'm just going to put a TV 16 in the top right corner to let people know it's TV 16 instead of doing that whole spiel all the time, every time. Um, it gets annoying. I think people don't like hearing it every episode. So I'm just going to put TV 16 up there. And another thing that's been asked of me that I was wondering, should there be a second channel for Quoth the Raven that is all ages material? In other words, that would be where I review the all ages content for the kids, and that's where I would do the reviews for and do artwork for the kids, as opposed to um, just having everything be TV 16 and geared more towards an older audience. Because some people have mentioned that to me because they're like, well, we want to show our kids this stuff, but it's TV 16. I'm like, well, you're there with them. It doesn't matter. But I guess they're afraid that their kid's going to go look me up on YouTube or something and come across something that they're not supposed to without being supervised. So I'm curious. Does anybody think that's really worth my time to expand to do that second channel, or should I just put TV 16 and TV Y for youth, or TV, all ages in the top right corner, so that people know which episodes are for which audiences? Let me know what you guys think of that. I'm waiting to hear back from somebody. Anybody. Right. That's it. You don't see anybody else to do the disclaimer. Um, well, I think that's because most people who are doing YouTube tend not to go for younger audiences. I mean, either, I guess, I don't know. But if I decide to do the cop and notice, I'll do it a little more cartoony instead of just that big red letter garish thing. Yeah, PG-13 or TV-16, right? Okay, that could be. Now, as I was mentioning in the questions, I don't know if you got in the room early enough, Mark. Um, the new intro is not ready yet for the video, partly because I have two videos, and the second one's not ready. And the first one, I've gotten some negative feedback on. I can't share it yet because it's not. The first one is almost finished, but it's got some minor um, what's the word glitches that where it sticks, and they're trying to correct it so it doesn't have that jerkiness to it, so it runs smoothly. But it's basically the Raven being a little bit confrontational with some fans. The fans who are always complaining about what's wrong with comics. And the fact that I'm being confrontational might be perceived as negative. And the other thing is, since I'm not just doing comics, I'm going to be doing film, television, and books as well. Is that really representational of what we want for the intro to be? And whereas the other one that's not done at all yet, it's a little more inclusive of all those topics and doesn't have the I guess you could say the abrasiveness or the aggressiveness in tone that the other one does. So I don't know. It's hard to explain. um, you did the whole Batman thing. I am the Raven swear to me type thing, and that's kind of in a way what that first video is like in a way, because it starts off in a comic shop with two guys arguing, and the owner pushes the symbol button, and I come running, or actually flying and crash through the room into the room and chew them out, basically. But I don't know. I think that might be a better way to do it the other way. I mean, last year I was feeling my oats, I guess, and this year I'm trying to be a little more. I don't know, not inclusive, but just not as. Sorry about that. My camera wire was getting tangled up and messed up, so I have to readjust here. There we go. Yeah, it does sound like fun, and it is kind of funny, but it's also, like I said, it's a little bit weird. It might be better just to do still be animated graphics and stuff like that, but I think it might be better to just do it where we're not having this sort of where I'm swatting books out of their hands and like I said, shooting people out for being jerks, and because I guess I do enough of that as in a way, or have done that in a way on the show, and like I said, I want to try and get away from that and be more of a person that can show everybody what's out there, and explore our hobby and our medium rather than the you should do a pop out move or get a signature wrestling move. I actually do have a signature wrestling move, but I wouldn't want to do that. it'd be kind of weird to show that. Um, my signature wrestling move, um, when I wrestled back in the early '90s, um, was I would rebound off the ropes, do a no-handed cartwheel into a clothesline. Which looked kind of weird looking because you see the person do the cartwheel and then hit the clothesline, but and you're doing it you know without stuff. But like I said, that was back when I was like 20. I'm 50 now. I don't think I can even animation would be interesting to see, but it looked kind of weird with a bird trying to hit somebody with a wing anyway. But yeah. That was one of the few things I did that looked nice back then. But oh geez, well I didn't go by Raven back then in that persona, in the wrestling persona. I went by Wolf, um, and I forgot what it was called, but it's too long ago. There was a name for it that they gave it, but I don't remember. But yeah, let me see if I can get this. There we go. I was like, I was trying to figure out why I had that, you know, camera light showing like that, but anyway, yeah, maybe if we talked wrestling once in a while or something, we could talk about that stuff. I'd have to get some wrestling fans to actually come on the show and talk about that, though. Um, yes, I do watch wrestling still somewhat. More to AEW stuff than the others, but I don't mind the new AEW, and I don't know if people have been watching that sort of thing. CM Punk has recently returned to professional wrestling, which is a big hot topic right now. Um, I guess it's this weekend that they're going to have the first pay per view in Chicago that he's going to be at, and he's fighting Darby Allin. So that ought to be interesting. Um, interesting times there with that. And of course, they got the Chris Jericho retirement match. I'm pretty sure that MJF is going to beat him, and he's going to retire strictly to the announce desk. I mean, Jericho's pretty beat up at this point, you know, and I mean, it's not like MGF does it, but it is very much it's not WCW like it was in the 90s, but it has a very similar vibe to that. And part of that is because of who the announce crew is. I mean, you got Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross. Um, but there's just a certain, I mean, you got Sting, you got Cody, who actually started in WCW. You've got Dustin there, who was WCW originally. You've got, Arn Anderson in there as a talent development guy who was WCW. So there's a very WCW feel to it in some respects. And then they got the newer guys that are, the more indie scene that are they're not like ECW style because they're not that hardcore, but and the ones that wanted to show themselves as that have been kind of weeded out because they're just people just aren't that interested in it. And we're getting a lot more viable talent. And as WWE realizes they can't afford all their talent and they keep releasing everybody. They keep going to AEW or they keep going to. A couple of them have gone over to Impact, but a lot of them are going over to AEW. They got oh geez, they got Danielson or Daniel Bryan. He'll be coming soon. They got quite a few guys um, that I'm trying to think of them. I can't think of their name. Miro in is who he is in AEW, but I can't remember what he was over in WWE. Kevin Kleinrock. Name sounds familiar to me. Um, yeah, it's got a lot of young rosters and the legends and stuff, and the legends aren't taking up everybody's time. I mean, yes, Sting is there, but then he does, you know, like mostly, you know, mic work because he's so old. Like, I mean, he does a few matches here and there, but not very much. And usually as a tag guy with Darby Allin, so he's kind of like rubbing his popularity on Darby, basically. Yeah, there's Japan crossovers as well. We got a lot of New Japan people coming over and doing stuff, and we got Lucha guys over there in AEW too. So it's like this is a lot of stuff. Uh if you mean the one with Triple H, I think so, but it was like it was expected. If you mean the match with Seth Rollins where he got injured, I don't think that was a dirty thing. I think that was just an unfortunate situation. I don't think Seth really was that strong to be taking someone's sting size and doing that turnbuckle slam, and Sting had never taken it, so he didn't really know how to set himself up right for it. And with so just that was an unfortunate situation there. And John Norris is in the house. Hey, John, how you doing, buddy? I mean, I would have liked to have seen Sting beat Triple H, but that was kind of a given that they had to show uh, WWE superiority over the last guy who was WCW. That ends the WCW award. It's like, whatever. If they hadn't had all the nonsense with the NWO and DX in there, and they had found another way to have Trips win it, even if in an underhanded way, I was okay with it a little bit more than I was, but I can understand why some people weren't thrilled with that particular match. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna show something here for John, and that's that new symbol. What do you think of this symbol, John? Do you like this one better or as well as what I've been doing in the past? There's going to be some blue color tint over it eventually. I just haven't gotten that far. Or would you just prefer me to just do this? Okay? If everybody likes, okay, I've had some good response to that new one, so I'll go ahead and stick with the new one as the final on that, and I'll do some different adjustments there. But good to know that. I might have to like lower him there so I can put like season 4 on top of it or something, but we'll figure it out. Okay, good to know. Again, for those who are joining late, like John and Mark, I'm going to be doing a lot more fantasy, science fiction, horror nights, not just comics. And like on fantasy night, you're going to see this little symbol on the right, and on the left, you'll see the Raven in his medieval warrior gear. On horror night, I'm going to have like maybe a zombified Raven. Science fiction night is not going to have the Raven. It's actually going to have Spacey and Larry Livewire presented on the right hand side of the screen. So you actually see other characters of mine. And those characters will actually be seeing a lot more of in season 4 as I do presentations for different projects and different genres. And for the people who don't remember what Larry Livewire looks like, this is from season 1, but Larry Livewire is the computer there, and of course Spacey is the alien there. But you'll be seeing a lot more of these characters in season 4. And there is no schedule for season 4 like I had, because Thursday nights have been turning out to be just not a good night for interviews for people. For one thing, quite a few of my people that I want to interview are doing podcasts themselves, and they're up against me. So it's like they can't be on my show and be doing their show and vice versa. So that's going to change. Thursday night's going to be pretty much the review day for whatever I got that week. What I get on Wednesday, I'll try and read it on Wednesday night and just get the reviews done overnight instead of waiting till Mondays. And then we're going to try and do it so that I can do interviews any day of the week and get more people on the show. And we're going to have more live draws on the show. So that's kind of where the change is coming in a lot this year, or this season, I should say. And we're not going to have the I'm trying to think of how, like Wednesday's gonna be a little bit different since I'm not gonna like show you what I got this week. I'm just gonna do it on Thursday and do the reviews. We're also gonna have, like when I do graphic novels, since I'm probably not gonna be able to read a graphic novel overnight, what I'll do is I'll just review like a specific graphic novel or a set of graphic novels. That way, for like those really thick books like Barry Windsor Smith's Monsters, which I haven't read yet, or all the collection of Ron Randall's Trekker, I'm probably going to just like do a huge, expansive episode focusing on that type of thing. Or Michael L. Peters's Crescent City Magic, I'll review both books in one episode or something like that, rather than like jump from book to book to book all the time. Apparently, people don't like me spending forever on reviews. They want me to do it relatively quickly. So unless I can like have a guest artist or writer and we can talk about it that way, I'm just going to do it quick and try and keep them under half an hour timeline, maybe even under 15 minutes. Okay, so that's kind of like what's going to be happening with the new changes for season 4. What do you guys think so far of those changes? Does this sound like a plan? Oh, and as for T-shirts, um, I'm hopefully gonna have them ready by the end of the month. We're looking at um, trying to do it so that I have the the old first season expansive graphic where he was sitting in where the Raven was sitting in the chair in the space station. We're gonna recolor that um, so that it'll come out better on the T-shirt. We did a test graphic on it and it didn't come out well enough for my liking, so I have to redraw it in pen and ink and then have someone color it and then computer graphic wise so it'll be more vibrant. Mm-hmm. And we'll do that and have that graphic hopefully ready. We're gonna probably do the new Quoth the Raven with the wings spread out as a yellow T-shirt, or not a yellow T-shirt, but black with the yellow triangle. Mm-hmm. And we haven't decided if we're going to bring back the giant Raven body with the Quoth the Raven with the red text from the first season or not. And that's partly because even though the artwork is technically my art, some people think it's taken from somebody else's work. So rather than have anybody confusing and saying I did that, I might skip that one and just stay with the stuff that's all mine. So it's definitely all mine, I should say. they weren't going to argue about. So anyway, there's that. Oh, and I forgot to show you the questions design. Let me show you guys the questions design. Here's the new questions design look. This might end up being the new, if I do the red text, Quoth the Raven, this might be the graphic I end up using instead. And if you guys don't remember what the old graphic looks like, let me see if I can find something real quick here. There. Well, that's from early season, but any of the two, either two of the ones where I had the full bodied one, they don't people are running annoying complaints at me, so I'm just going to do it like I said with that last one that you just saw. John, when is your next theater due? Your next show going to be airing? I think you said it comes in September, later this month. Oh, okay. Late October for Rocky Horror. No, he's already done Rock of Ages. Rock of Ages is over with, Mark. Well, you screwed up. It's supposed to be Antissa ... But yeah. Are you actually starring in Rocking Horror, or are you just doing the music direction? He's just the musical director this time. Okay, that's cool. I don't know. That's a good question. No, he doesn't. But that's funny. I could see him doing that. Oh, I can't remember what. Hold on a second. I want to see something here. Yeah, that's what they got to do. He needs to do Rocktopia. Um, I don't know if John's familiar with Rocktopia, but that's Dee Snider of Twisted Sister fame. That's his Broadway theater play. You need to look up that one and see if you can do that. Either that or Rock and Roll Christmas from Dee Snider, which is another Broadway play that he wrote. That would be interesting. Well, just look up Dee Snider on Google. You'll find it. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find. Okay. This is the one I'm replacing with that other graphic. And they were like saying I can't use this for a shirt because it's not fully my artwork, even though it's based on it is my art, but it's based on something else. So they're like, no, you can't use that one. So stupid, but whatever, right? So anyway, we're gonna have those, and I am not certain yet, but we might make this design a T-shirt as well for Spacey. So hopefully by the end of the month, early October, we'll have some of that stuff all out there and ready to go and available. But doing those things and then trying to get the new video uh, intro and outro ready has been problematic, but we'll figure it out. I'll definitely have the outro ready by Monday. I don't know if it'll be in video or if it'll be like, frame to frame, like I've been doing it. Hopefully it'll be in video. But the intro is it's kind of screwed up. I got to work with those people I'm working with on that, and get that straightened out. But even if I don't have the intro ready for next week, it'll be ready soon enough, and I'll hopefully we'll have that done. Um, I'm just hoping part of the reason it's taking so long is money issues type thing, because they keep, I keep asking them, well, how much is it to get this fixed, and they keep not telling me. So I don't know if they're like afraid that I'm not going to do it at all, or what the situation is. So I got to get a hold of them and get that resolved. Alrighty, that's pretty much the show for tonight. Tomorrow I will not be here for our usual Friday night discussion because John and I will be going to Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings from our sponsor. And for those of you who don't know who our sponsor is this week, that is Scratch and Spin Music, Comics, and Movies. They're doing an exclusive screening of Shang-Chi Friday night at 8 p.m. And you need to contact them. As far as I know, there's still some tickets available. You can call them at 803-794-888 if you are in the Columbia, South Carolina area, and ask Eric Woodard or whoever answers the phone if they still have tickets available. And that will be at AMC Dutch Square Theater over in West Columbia. They will also have a trivia contest with prizes. And so I will see you guys next week, hopefully with a whole new opening for the show. We're hoping, but we'll see how it goes. And if not, then I'll just go with what I've got and work a whole new frame by frame reference, if nothing else. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching, as always. We always appreciate the support. If you have questions, you want to contact me, you can reach me at Facebook at Lewis.BrightRaven. Okay. You caught me off guard there, Mark. Elbow cough? Did I miss something? Mm-hmm. Or are you like worrying about the movie theater situation? We'll see you tomorrow, John. Anyway, again, Facebook, Lewis.BrightRaven, Twitter at LewisBrightRave2. You can see my artwork at deviantart.com/BrightRaven. You're watching Quoth the Raven, Lewis Brightraven, exclusively on YouTube. And if you have questions, Quoth the Raven, LBR72 at gmail.com is the best way to reach me. If I don't get back to you, either live on the show or via email, try LewisBrightRaven at yahoo.com. And if you like this video, or you like what we do here on the show, or you think others might, please like, share, and subscribe this channel, and continue to get support get content from our channel. As always, I thank you all for watching and your support, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.